More local coverage now. Rhode Islanders certainly love their beaches in Narragansett Bay, and the Narragansett Bay Commission does amazing work to try to keep the bay clean. Joining us now in studio is the Executive Director of the Narragansett Bay Commission, Ray Marshall. Good morning to you, Ray.
Good morning, Danielle.
So we have some exciting news to report. We just found out that you were named the President of the National Association of Clean Water Agencies, which is a great honor. So tell us a little bit about that work that you're hoping to accomplish with that group.
Well, the National Association of Clean Water Agencies is an advocacy group for the wastewater industry in D.C., and we work with Congress and EPA to try to make sure that the regulations that are in place are reasonable and achievable and affordable for our ratepayers.
What are some of the main goals right now?
Right now, the main goal is to try to establish some criteria by which we can measure these very large projects that we're required to do throughout the nation and here in Rhode Island, and determine at what point can we get additional time to accomplish the project so that the impact on the ratepayers is kept to a minimum.
What are some of the projects specifically?
In particular, our combined sewer overflow project. We've already done the first 2 phases. Now we need to do the 3rd phase, which should be, we're already in design. We should be starting construction in about 4 years.
Bring us up to date on some of the improvements that have been made to the bay since you've been in charge.
Well, I think you have to go back even further than that. I mean, the improvement in the bay has really been significant over the last 15 to 20 years. There's been a 92% reduction in the amount of toxics that go into the bay. There's been an 85% decrease in beach closures. There's been a 40% decrease in the number of shellfish closure days. So water quality in the bay hasn't been this good in 150 years.
All right, that is good news to report. Now, we mentioned earlier in our newscast, Julian Pixoto doing the report that today is the 25th anniversary of Hurricane Bob. How did that impact the bay?
Well, it obviously brought a lot of material in that got washed off the land into the bay. From a wastewater treatment point of view, all of the wastewater treatment plants in the state performed very well. We were very careful about how the water levels rose in the bay when they shut the hurricane barrier, and so we were well prepared, as was the entire wastewater industry here in Rhode Island, to to handle the effects of that hurricane. Fortunately, there wasn't a lot of rain associated with it, but we were prepared in case there was.
All right, Ray Marshall, we appreciate you joining us this morning with an update on the bay. Thanks so much for joining us. And if you missed the interview, you can watch it in its entirety later today when we post it on our website, WPRI.com.